law.
Hey everyone, I am Lindsay from thetoastedpinenut.com. Today I'm going to share a what I eat in a day video. It's been quite some time since I shared one of these with you guys. This is not a representation of how I eat every day. This is just 3 recipe ideas that's for breakfast, lunch, dinner that I thought were fun and I thought I would share with you guys. I'm going to link to all the recipes. I am linking to all the recipes below, or I'm including them all in the description box below. So definitely head down there if you want to check out the recipe. So starting off with breakfast, let's get into it.
All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is add 2 eggs to your bowl along with some coconut sugar, just 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and whatever nut milk you like. I used cashew milk, but you could use almond milk or regular milk. It's totally up to you. So you're gonna whisk that all together and then add almond flour, flax meal. We have cinnamon, sea salt, and baking powder, and we're just gonna mix it all together until it's nice and combined. And then we're gonna let it sit for about 3 minutes just so it can really come together and fluff up. So now melt some butter in your pan. You could also use ghee or coconut oil. It's totally up to you. Once it's bubbling, get it all nice and coated, and then use a measuring cup to just scoop 3 pancakes out into your pan and flatten them out. They are super thick, so I really overcrowded this pan. I should have done a larger pan. Flip them after a few minutes once they are golden brown. I made some really messy pancakes, but they are delicious even though they don't look perfect. They were so good. Transfer them to your plate. Top them with some butter and just some maple syrup, and they are so delicious. They are cinnamony but hearty and really just taste like fall. Here I'm telling you, don't mind me, I just woke up. This is what I look like. Taking a bite. Oh my gosh, they are so fluffy, so delicious. I can't wait for you guys to try these pancakes. All right, so after a delicious pancake breakfast, I was feeling like I just wanted some green, something light and green and refreshing. So I started off with some curly kale. I'm just pulling the leaves away from the stem and then running my knife through it to make some nice sized pieces. You don't want pieces that are too big. So just chop them up until they're smaller, put them in a bowl and squeeze half lemon on it. If you have more kale, you could do more lemon and just some olive oil. Use your hands to kind of work it through and coat the leaves with that. And then just sprinkle some sea salt on top and let it sit for a couple minutes. Then you're going to add your avocado. So you just cut it in half, cut it into chunks, and then scoop it out with your spoon onto the salad. So we are gonna use 2 whole avocados, and the key to this recipe is finding the most perfectly ripe, creamy, delicious, soft avocados. I'm telling you, it just coats the kale and makes it absolutely amazing. So definitely find the most delicious avocados, the most perfectly ripe avocados. This is the point where I decided this bowl was too small, so I transferred it to a bigger bowl so that I could appropriately smush the avocados, because what you want to do is just take your spatula, smush the avocados so that there are some chunks, but most of it is coating the kale. And then once it's nice and smushed and coated, transfer it to whatever bowl you want to eat it from and top it with some perfectly toasted pine nuts. I just put some pine nuts on a skillet over medium-high heat and just shook them until they were nice and toasty. It's just a couple minutes. And then you can dig in. It was so good. All right, so this is kind of a couple step process, and I need you guys to totally don't mind the lighting here. It was getting super dark, so it's all types of messed up. So melt some ghee in your pan. It could be butter, coconut oil, it's totally up to you. Add your onions and garlic, and really just once they soften and start to get a little translucent, you're going to add those chopped carrots. I just coarsely chopped everything. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can make smaller onion pieces. It's totally up to you. So just cook those down. It's going to take about like 15 to 20 minutes to get these onions nice and cooked down and caramely and golden brown. but just keep at it, stir frequently, and they will eventually get there. Once the onions are perfect, you can add your beef. You could use ground chicken, ground turkey, pork, it's totally up to you. Tonight I am using some ground beef and adding some salt, adding ketchup just for some sweetness, some soy sauce, and then we're gonna add some barbecue sauce, and we're just gonna mix that all together. Sorry, the tripod's kind of shaking while I'm mixing it up. And then we're gonna transfer it all into a casserole dish. It was so good. So the next step of this is we're going to prep the cauliflower mash that goes on top. So I boiled these cauliflower florets for about 8 to 10 minutes, and now I'm just putting them in our food processor with some ghee and some garlic cloves, some sea salt, some pepper, and then we're just gonna turn it on and let it roll until it is nice and creamy and so smooth. Put that on top of the meat mixture. Just spread it around with your spatula until it is nice and covering the meat. It doesn't have to be perfect, but yep, just use your spatula to spread it around, and then you're going to bake it for about 20 minutes. And I'm just topping it off with some fresh thyme. You could also use chives or whatever herbs you have on hand, and then you can dig in. It is so good, so juicy, and I just love the flavors. Again, apologies for the lighting here. I wanted to give you one more shot of it, but it was getting dark. It was dinner time, so it was really good. You guys got to try this one.
Alright guys, there you have it, a what I eat in a day video, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe, because I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube fam. I am Lindsay from thetoastedpinenut.com. You can also find me on Instagram at thetoastedpinenut, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!